Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex from Swoosh English, and welcome to today's IELTS analysis class, where I will be looking at your answers to tasks that were set in the Facebook group. And I'll be seeing some examples of good answers to questions and also giving some feedback, maybe on some questions where we could have made some improvements. So, if you're watching this class live, please let me know that you're here in the chat. Just say hello. I have the answers from 2 students who submitted their responses to the questions. So well done to those students, and we'll be looking at your answers in the class live today. And those students are Hyacinth and Bert. So well done to both of you for your submissions. And in the chat today, hi to Binu, to Nadim, and also to Gabrielle. Great to see you in the chat today. Welcome to today's live class. If you have any questions or if you have your own suggestions when it comes to answering the questions in the class, please let me know in the chat. Hello to Achel Lisa and MC Vitu as well. Hi to you. And hello to everyone else who is watching us live on both Facebook and YouTube. We are broadcasting on both platforms. So let's have a look then at the task. I'll share my screen with you so we can see the task together. And we can see what the original questions were. So the task was to complete 3 sentences, and we can see that in each sentence we have a linking expression. So if we look at the first sentence, we can see that we've got, as long as I work hard, I should. So the linking expression there being as long as. We can also see that in the second sentence we have, having a good level of English is important otherwise. So there's your linking expression there, otherwise. And in the third sentence we have, I want to get a good result in the IELTS test if that were not the case. So we've got an example here of a second conditional. So we can link ideas together using the second conditional as well. So let's have a look then at some of the suggestions from our students, what they said in terms of possible answers to these questions. I can see that Ratna's joined us. Hello, Ratna. Good afternoon to you. So here we are. Hyacinth then suggested these responses. As long as I work hard, I should be able to ace the IELTS exam. Very nice. Okay, so as long as basically is saying, it's another way of saying if. Okay, so if I work hard, I should be able to ace the IELTS exam. Okay, but instead of saying if, we've got as long as. So if I do A, work hard, I will be able to do B, in this case, ace the exam. So well done. That's a very good sentence, Hyacinth. Okay, the second one was having a good level of English is important. Otherwise, achieving the required overall band score in IELTS is impossible. Again, a very good sentence. So another way of making a conditional sentence using otherwise, again, instead of if. So you could have said if, for example, if you do not have a good enough level of English, you will not be able to achieve the required overall band score. Okay, that's the meaning of the sentence. But using otherwise, the grammar is a little bit different. And Hyacinth correctly identified the fact that after otherwise, we can use the gerund. Yeah, otherwise achieving. So well done for recognizing that, Hyacinth, in your sentence. And this is a very good grammatically correct sentence. So having a good level of English is important. Otherwise, achieving the required overall band score in IELTS is impossible. Otherwise, plus the gerund. Well done. And the third example we've got here for the third prompt is, I want to get a good result in the IELTS test. If that were not the case, then I wouldn't be putting a lot of effort into preparing for this exam. Very nice. Another very nice sentence. Okay. So this is a second conditional sentence. So basically, she's saying that obviously in the first sentence, she wants to get a good result. Imagining that she did not want to get a good result, well, she wouldn't be putting the effort into preparing for the exam. So this is another very good sentence. Well done, Hyacinth, on all of these sentences. They are a very good example of how we can use different forms of conditional sentences. So as long as, otherwise, if that were not the case, these are all good examples. And yes, I can see, yes, you're in the chat. Hi to you, Hyacinth. Well done for your submissions. So yeah, great examples that we can all learn from. And hello to you, Afrez. I'm good, thank you very much. I hope that you are doing well today as well. Okay, so we also got some submissions from Bert. So well done to you, Bert, for your submissions today as well. And we can have a look at those together as well. So as long as I work hard, I should be able to nail the IELTS test. Just a small thing there, Bert. It would be, should be able to nail the IELTS test is what you would want to put there. Because after be able to, you would use the infinitive form. So should be able to nail is what we would go for in that sentence. So just for this here, I'm going to just make a couple of corrections and we can have a look at those corrections together. So let me just bring these up now. Okay, yeah, so it should be able to nail. So if we just get rid of the ed ending, then we've got a correct sentence. And yeah, Hyacinth said ace the test. Bert said nail the test. These are expressions we use, informal expressions to talk about obviously doing really well. So that was a good sentence, Bert, well done. Having a good level of English is important. Otherwise, I cannot live and work in the English-speaking countries. Again, good sentence, just a couple of small adjustments I'm going to make. So having a good level of English is important. Otherwise, I cannot or will not be able to live and work in English-speaking countries. I'm just going to get rid of the. You don't need to put the English-speaking countries in this case. But again, it's a good sentence, apart from just that small mistake. And finally, I want to get a good result in the IELTS test. If that were not the case, then there will be no worry in taking the examination. You can do it. Is that Shane at the end? Okay, so I want to get a good result in the IELTS test. If that were not the case, then there would be. So this is a second conditional structure. So we want to use would rather than will in this case. Yeah, so there would be no worry about, again, just the preposition there, there'll be no worry about taking the examination. Yeah, yeah, so you wouldn't be worried about it because it wouldn't be important to you, but it is important to you. You want to get a good result, so obviously you do worry about it. Okay, so I want to get a good result in the IELTS test. If that were not the case, then there would be no worry about taking the examination. And then we've got a good sentence with those small changes. Okay, so well done to you as well, Bert, for your submissions today. And thank you for those who are watching as well. So yeah, I encourage you, those who are watching the class, thank you for tuning in, but I encourage you to follow the example of Hyacinth and Bert and and participate directly. We could see with Hyacinth, we had some great sentences, and also with Bert, we had some really good sentences as well. And if you are making little mistakes, then it's a great opportunity to get a little bit of feedback that we can all learn from. So thank you to all of you. Hello to you, Alice, watching in the class today. Thanks for saying hi. We will stop there for now, but I'll be back in a couple of days' time on Thursday for another IELTS analysis class. Until then, keep working in the group, and I'll see you then.